a lady based in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. Right? So she is 56 years old, and she has a boyfriend in the US, in Michigan. And she's asking, if I marry my American boyfriend and get a green card through marriage with him, can I sponsor my daughter for her green card? Daughter is 22 years old and already a grad student in Mike.
Okay. Yeah, a great question. And just let me know if you can't hear me or if we're having connection problems. But I can hear the question fine. Yes, it is possible to do that. So if you get married to a U.S. citizen and you get a green card, you are able to file green card petitions for your children who are unmarried under the age of 21, and also for those adult children, sons or daughters that are over the age of 21. So it is absolutely possible. There's special categories to do that. The waiting queues and the waiting periods can be different depending on what country you're coming from. Malaysia fits into the overall worldwide queue, which doesn't have an extra wait time. There are other countries in different categories that have extremely long backlogs, though. So it all depends on where you're coming from. But to answer your question, yes, absolutely.
Okay. So as a follow-up on that, she's asking, how easy is it for her to get a green card when she gets married?
Yeah. So the process is straightforward process. You know, I wouldn't necessarily say it's easy. It's very document heavy. So you have to look at immigrating to the United States like you're starting a marathon, and it's a process where the assembly line starts in motion. And so you want to keep the assembly line going. And so you want to have everything in order, the right documents submitted at the right time to the right place, make sure that everything is clear and explicitly provided in each step of the way. Because once the assembly line stops, then it gets off track a bit. So you just want to keep things moving slowly. But absolutely, marriage to a U.S. citizen or marriage to a green card holder is something where the U.S. government actively has categories in place to bring you over to the United States. It's a heavily used visa category. To answer your question, is it easy? It's straightforward. And if you need legal help or you need professional guidance to get you through that, that's something I would recommend. Obviously, that's kind of what we do. But, to make sure you understand that you're not required to have a lawyer. But if you want one and you want to make sure it's done the right way and you don't have any hiccups, then of course, I would say get some guidance on that.
Okay, wonderful. She's also asking, would a green card allow someone to work in the U.S.?
Absolutely. When you get a green card, you have work authorization anywhere in the United States. So there are no restrictions once you have permanent residency in the States. And that gives you the option to live anywhere in the U.S., to find employment anywhere in the U.S. So your status in the United States, once you get permanent residency, it's not tied to your employer anymore. So it's a huge benefit when you get a green card.
Okay, that's great. And can you talk to the process, generally the process for her then applying for a green card for her daughter, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you go through the green card process, you can have your children attached to your petition at the same time. And so basically how this works, for example, if you're getting to the United States, filing a petition based on marriage to a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident, you file a petition in which you list your dependents. And those dependent children can come with you. And there's also a provision to file a green card once you have permanent residency for those children who are over the age of 21. And so that's a different preference category to get them to the United States. But the thing to remember is that they have to be unmarried. And so you can bring your kids and your children to the U.S. under 21. They can come with you under your petition process. If they're over the age of 21, there's a different petition filing that we do for them, and that gets them the same preference type of green card process that you go through yourself. It just takes a bit longer, and different forms need to be filed. But I would say on average, the thing you need to remember is that this whole process is going to take you at least 1 to 2 years to get through. COVID right now has caused some delays in terms of getting immigrant visa appointments abroad. But if you can demonstrate that you really need to get to the United States, there's an economic need, perhaps your family is relying on your income, or you need family unity to be together. You have very small kids and the other spouse can't take care of everyone. Things like that, we can generally get your visa appointment moved up in the process. So we're at an interesting time right now. The demand is very high. And so the appointment availability is limited at the same time because of COVID. And so we can help you get through that and figure out ways to get you bumped up in the queue.
Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you very much for that.
Please subscribe, like, share, and comment below. Our books and upcoming event are available at htj.tax. Email us at help@htj.tax to engage us, to advise on international tax or business matters.